Hello everybody, it's Cream Rama and I am here to show you guys. I had a request to show how I made these book covers. So here's one that I did. This is an altered book. You can see that I showed in the video, and a lot of people asked to show how did I do this. And once you see how easy it is, you may be all excited like I was and end up doing a whole bunch of them. Here's another one. And here's another one. This one's a little bit larger. This is empty, so I can just use the cover. And I'm not done. So you can see I just left the back green. I loved this cover. Went a little bit crazy because I just loved the look of it so much, and it's easy and it's fun to do. So I'm going to show you the process today. So this was inspired by another one of Lori Marie Jenkins. I love her mixed media tutorials. I've watched a lot and she inspires so much of what I do. She did this using paint, and I thought I want to use my distress sprays and oxides because I love to play with them. So I have my book here that I'm going to do, and I have some circus stuff in here, so I'm just going to go with some brighter, crazier colors. So I'm just going to put some wax paper in here to protect this surface, and this is what we're going to be working on. So first I wanted to show you these papers so you can see they're kind of bright. They don't look like anything special right now, right? It's like, that doesn't look like what she showed us in the video, because I want to show you after you go over it with the ink how much it transforms the papers. It's like magic. So, and I just put some new ink in here, so hopefully it's okay and not too much. So here's the first one. These are great to use. You can just chop them up and use as the background for a tag. I mean, all kinds of things. I just really love the look. I mean, look at that. And then once you cover this with Mod Podge, which we're going to do after we glue them onto the book, you know, when it has the sealant on, it just looks so much nicer. It, you know, adds that shine. The colors look richer. So there's one. Let me see. Let me try this postcard one. Look how that's popping out already. Okay, so this process was also a little bit, I figured this out because I was getting so frustrated trying to make my papers look nice. And I got to the point where I had so much ink sprayed on them. Look how beautiful that is. So I had layers and layers and layers of distress oxide, distress spray, you know, stains. And it got to the point where I still wasn't happy with the colors. It just was because it was looking like this. And, you know, I did try to put some stuff just on the top with a brayer, and I did try, trust me, a lot of different things. But it was kind of like, what the heck else can I put on this thing? Because I've tried everything. And I just grabbed my ink pad and did this. And it was like, voila, you found the answer. I mean, it's just, I love it, love it, love it. Let's see, let's do a bingo one. Let's do this with all the fun colors for circus. And of course, depending on what ink you use to go over the top, you can have a lot of different looks, you know. Gorgeous. Okay, let's do one more just because we want some variety in there. So I just met my diva friends that I started the Junk Journal Divas group with on Facebook. We met up in Florida, and I'm relatively new. Look how beautiful that one is too. I'm relatively new to junk journaling, so they all have tons of supplies, and I think I spent most of the week doing these papers because they have so many folders that I don't have. I only have a couple of them. So yeah, I was very excited to come home and start playing with these. All right, so the next step that we're gonna do is just start cutting them. So usually I'm gonna see, I think I'm really liking this one to be more of a, you know, a focal. So maybe I'll cut a bit of a larger chunk of this somewhere and, you know, put it here or here somewhere. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I just kind of randomly, and I do use my paper cutter because I want things to be straight, you know, angles. So I'm gonna just cut them into some pieces and I'll be back. Okay, so you can see I kind of started my, I'm gonna fold this under here just so it's easier to see. Okay, so I'm kind of starting my layout, and once I get a little bit of what, you know, what I want to do, then I can just sort of fill in the rest. So I'm thinking something like this, and that doesn't leave me that many pieces. If you're having a problem and can't figure out what you want to do to lay it out, you can always do strips, like just strips like this. It makes it very easy. Then you don't have to worry about all the different sizes and things. Okay, so I'm just going to start inking these edges and gluing them down. So I have my Mod Podge. Usually what I do, I put some in one of my little cups. And I put a new Mod Podge here to open. Okay. Definitely be needing more Mod Podge. Okay, so I'm just gonna start, well, here. Don't forget the inking. All of the edges. I'll do these two. Okay. And then I'm just going to put some glue on here. And start laying them down. This is a little difficult because I'm not right on top of it right now. It looks somewhat correct. Oh, this is funny. See, I'm like, this doesn't look inked. It's because you picked up the wrong one. But you know what? This is going the wrong way. And see, I kind of get a general idea, but I always end up doing this anyway. Kind of switch it as I go. I think as long as you know, if you have a favorite, you know, area of one of the papers, you kind of want to put it towards the center and then go from there. Let me see, I think this way. Yeah, that's perfect. So you want them to try to go right up to the other one, the edge of the other one. It doesn't have to, you can always fill that in. You can't mess this up. Well, you really can't mess up anything in junk journals, which is why I love it. Just anything goes. Okay, so I think we'll do... All right, well, you know what? I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to glue down the rest so that I cover this, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back here, as you can see. So I have some leftover pieces. I always save these and put those aside. So here is my book, and when you put down, look at my hands already. Listen, if you are watching this video and you don't like looking at messy inky fingers, you are in the wrong channel. I watch some of these videos and the ladies have such gorgeous nails all the time, and I'm like, how much time do you have to spend on your nails? Maybe they wear gloves, I don't know. I can't wear gloves though. I have to get my hands messy. Okay, anyway, back to it. So when you're gluing these down, just kind of go along the seam, you know, and press them down. Make sure they're nice and flat. And then super easy, all we're doing is going over with a really nice, generous helping of Mod Podge. And it kind of smears the inking that you did. That's okay. I actually love when it does that. Okay. Now, also, you guys, I got one of these silicone, these guys, there's a clean one, in a kit with something. Oh, I know, it was an embossing kit. And I'm thinking, what am I going to use that for? Okay, this is what I use it for. I love using this for Mod Podge because it's so easy to clean. You don't have to worry about your brushes getting all yucky. You know, just some water comes right off. Okay, I'm not sure where I have a lid for this container, but I am just going to go with my finger and smooth out like along these edges here. Make sure they're nice and flat. And the glue's all even there. And that is it. Then we're just going to let it dry, okay? Some dry time and I'll be back. Okay guys, so this is dry. I tried to speed it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see in the light with the Mod Podge on, but you get the idea here. So then the last thing that I do is take my Stabilo, or here I have those, you know, the Chinese markers, and I just go over all of the edges. I'm messy. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It looks fine without it. I just kind of like the look of it. And then after I do this, and I do, when I say all of the edges, I mean all the edges. We're not quite dry right there. Look at that. See, my hubby says my impatience will be the death of me. Okay, let's see. And then after I do all of the edges, I use your finger or dip in a little bit of water or whatever if you want it to be really smeary, and just sort of, you know, rub it. So see how easy this is, and I love the look of it. And depending on the colors that you use, you know, it can take on a whole different life. So if you try this, I would love to see, especially if you do different colors or something, I would love to see the projects that you make doing this. And come over to Junk Journal Divas. Is a Facebook group that I just started with some crafty friends of mine. It has nothing to do with any Etsy shop or anything like that. We are 100%, you know, just in it because we love crafting and sharing, inspiring others, and that is it. So this is it, guys. I might go over this again with some Mod Podge since I was a little bit too quick with my pencil here. Oh, I know I wanted to, since this really is like magic to me when you go over this, you know, with the pads. So these were sent to me by Jolie J, a crafty friend that is in the group, and it is vintage wallpaper. And so I cut them into the little squares, and I just know that they're gonna look amazing. You know what, I should use okay, I'm gonna use different, just to see something, a different color, just to see the difference. I just love it. So you see, like, you could just be doing this for a long time. I mean, I was basically looking for things to cover in it. Okay, let's see. What color should I use? Let's try a really... Okay, let me see. Let me do this on the back just to see. All right, I'm going to try this super bright peacock feathers on this one. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I love it. I love it. And then again, I'm going to go over these with the Mod Podge to kind of seal it. What should we try next? Let's try this chipped sapphire. This is really dark. Which one should I do? I think maybe this one. Nice. All right, I'm going to be really excited to put Mod Podge on these and see how it looks afterwards, because I'm really loving this now. And you know what I'm going to do on this? That's a yellow. Let's try some mustard seed. I mean, how fun are these? So easy, and they just look amazing, I think. So there we go. Look at those beauties. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, come over and join me at Junk Journal Divas, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, I thought I was going to be finished, but I had to come back because can we just take a look at these? I am loving these peepers. So this is Mod Podges on and pretty dry. But I just want to show. So this one, for example, when I put the ink on, and remember I used that chipped sapphire, the really dark part, so you can see where the ink was on the raised parts. When you put the Mod Podge on, it's almost like the ink runs down and off or something, because now the raised parts are all white. But how gorgeous is this? So the really fun thing is, it's just like what I'm showing you. You never know what it's going to look like. The bad part is you really can't recreate it. You know, like I would have no clue how to recreate this. Maybe similar, but okay. Then we've got, I like this one too. Then we have the green. I think I'm gonna go over the green again with maybe something dark. So let's try that. And then this one just doesn't have as much color. So now I will have to do, depending on what project I use this for. All right, it's not making that much of a difference, but depending on what I use this for, I might have to go over it with something else, because you know the ink will kind of smear off because I did put the Mod Podge on. Okay. And that's it. I just wanted to come back on and show you guys this. I just thought they were so pretty. And now I really am going to go. Thanks for watching, guys.